What's good, Chaotic Nation? It is your boy Chaos here, and today I am here to talk to you about 10 Pokemon that I will personally never use. This is just a once-off video that I wanted to do. Talk about some of the new Pokemon, talk about some of the old Pokemon, just things I just don't like, and I won't use in a playthrough. This primarily goes for my own personal playthroughs, but also will consist of Nuzlockes too. These are 10 Pokemon I really don't want to see to get. So without any further ado, let's get into this video and let's get into the world of Pokemon. Number 10, we have Audino. Now, I don't really have a problem with this Pokemon. It does really fit the role of a Gen 5 Kaveri because it's just the Nurse Joy Pokemon. The only thing with it is it doesn't really appeal to me any single way. It's just a normal type. I don't really think it has a whole lot going for it. So I tend not to like this Pokemon for that reason, and I tend not just to want to see it for that reason too. I do think it's better than Kaveri and Chauncey, so I maybe use it over them, but I really don't want to see this Pokemon. It's not something I want to use on a team, and something I never have used on a team. Number 9 is the Spritzee line. I really just think this is a weird Pokemon. It looks really freaking weird. I'm not a fairy type fan, which is another reason why I probably will never use this line. Also, from what I remember, it's very uncommon, and also it kind of sucks in my mind. So it's something I don't ever look for. I'd much rather use the Squirrelix line because I actually kind of like Slurpuff because it can do the unburdened belly drum thing. So, I mean, I like that. This thing is just kind of creepy and kind of makes me weird, and I don't like it. I don't like it. Number 8, we have the Kaveri line. So yeah, the Kaveri line is on this list too. I do like this Pokemon generally. I'm not a big fan of the fairy types. Again, they're going to see a lot of those on this list. But the thing that really just gets me is there's really not a whole lot this thing does. Metronome is its notable move. It's kind of tanky. It's got decent special attack, but it's just not really that useful in my mind. And it's not at the top of this list, so it's somewhat decent, and I would prefer it over a few other Pokemon, but I just still don't like using this thing on my team. I rather would use the Wigglytuff line because I love Wigglytuff. It's a lot of fun to use, and I actually have used it in the past, so I'm just not a big fan of this Pokemon, and I don't really want to use this evolutionary line. Number 7, Alola. Oh my gosh, this thing. Alright, really, I would be okay with using Luvdisc if this Pokemon was its evolution, because that way I could use Eviolite on Luvdisc, but Alola just kind of is weird. It's very much of a stalling mon. It's very much a weird Pokemon, very good defensively, not great offensively, and I'm not a big guy who likes to sit around here and, I'm just going to use Toxic Stall and play this game for 50 hours. No, I want to get through the game, so this mon does not work with me in that sense, and it just looks really weird. I understand the things behind it. I understand its origin, the actual creature this Pokemon is based off of, but like, I just don't like it. So I will probably never use it. Number 6 is the Vanillite line. So I actually have used this line a little bit in a couple of games, and every time I've used it, it sucked. It doesn't have a wide move pool. It doesn't really do anything. It's really frail. I have never liked this thing for doing its job. I like the Pokemon itself. I like the design of it. I think the ice cream cone inanimate object design is really great. I know a lot of people hate that about it, but I don't like this Pokemon because it kind of sucks. It's not its design. It gives me nothing for the game. It gives me no offense. It gives me no defense. It really just kind of is a wasted slot. I would only probably use this thing as a Sackmon in the back, so I mean, that would be the only case of me ever using this thing, because it's really bad. Number 5. Getting in the top 5, we have Wormadam. Now, the reason Wormadam's on here and not Burmy and not Maugham is because I actually like Burmy and Maugham. I think they're really cool Pokemon. They're one of my favorite Pokemon we got to see when Generation 4 first came out. But I never did like the Wormadam line. I feel like they all have really stupid weaknesses. 2 of them 4 times weakness to fire, because we got Bug and Steel and Bug and Grass. The ground one's okay. I just think these designs are kind of weird. I don't really care for this Pokemon in general, and I much rather prefer the Maugham evolution than this Wormadam. And also I thought when this thing first came out, I thought it was Burmy, Wormadam, then Maugham, instead of it being a split evolution into, depending on what cloak of Burmy you have, you get a certain Wormadam, or you can evolve that into Maugham if it's male. So that really hasn't helped me out too much either with this thing. I just don't like it. I honestly just prefer Maugham, and that's probably why it's here entirely. And, you know, I've seen this thing too many times just use Protect and really not show off a moveset, so not my favorite thing in the world to do. Number 4, we have the Chauncey line. So Chauncey actually is the lowest one of the 3 I've mentioned at the beginning of this video. And the reason Chauncey sits here is because I know how terrible this thing is. I've used one in my Shiny Badge quest in Pokemon Let's Go Eevee, and I absolutely hated the thing. Not only did I hate this Mon because it kept showing up shiny everywhere, but also I hated this Mon because it has no attack stats whatsoever. You are left with Toxic Stalling, using Submission as a strat to use this Pokemon. Blissey's a little bit better, not my favorite thing still. I honestly still would prefer the Eviolite, but this line just looks kind of weird in my mind. Like Chauncey just has really weird like Kirby eyes, and that doesn't fit on a giant egg guy. The other 2 look okay, but the Chauncey's weird. And honestly, I don't like, as I said, I don't like stalling Mons while playing through a game. So Chauncey definitely does not fit the bill of something I want to put on my team. The only reason I used it in Let's Go Eevee was because it was a normal type and it got a lot of moves. So that's what you got. Next up at number 3 is the male Combi. Oh my gosh, this thing sucks. Why? I hate when they do this. Although I do like Salandit, so I'm not putting Salandit on here for that reason. But I hate when they do the split Evos based on gender, and then they don't give you another Evo for the other gender. So like, there's only Salandit, it can evolve into Salazzle, but there's no split Evo for the males to evolve into something else. I really wish they would do something like that. That makes these Pokemon kind of suck in my opinion, but Combi is a big offender of this because one, it has a pretty bad typing, 4 times weakness to rock. Also, it doesn't really have a good moveset, and it's really frail and fragile. So it's got all the things that make me not want to use it in a run, because I'm probably not going to get very far if I'm trying to use a Combi. So, and also it's literally just a honeycomb. It doesn't really do much for me, like looks wise. I think it looks okay. It's just not something I'm like, oh, I have to use that on my team. Number 2 is the Sinister Line. So bringing in our first Gen 8 Pokemon, we have the Sinister Line. And if you guys know me, this is no surprise that this is on this list. Actually, I hate tea. Tea is my least favorite beverage of any kind. This Pokemon also has made me mad on several occasions because I've seen a lot of it in competitive. It's made me really hate it because it's been good against my team, which I guess I should like it more because it's doing well, but no. I don't like this thing. I think it was, it's one of those inanimate object Pokemon that just doesn't do it right. Now, and I also hate that it has 2 forms, like the fake and the real one, whatever, authentic T. Like, really? That's gonna be your gimmick for this thing? I'd much rather have seen something else in the decks, honestly. And I honestly don't like this Pokemon. I like the concept for it, I just don't think the Pokemon is great. And it looks really weird and creepy. I mean, it's a ghost type, so yeah, that makes sense, but no. It's a no for me. Moving on to our honorable mention for this list, we have Dido. Now, why Dido is on this list is because Dido can turn into anything, and usually the opponent's trainers have crap, and that's why I don't like to use Dido. But honestly, out of all the things on this list, I would definitely use the Dido first because, you have the potential of having something really cool. It's a way to deal with your opponent, like if you need to check out a moveset or something like that. I think this thing does a little bit of, it has a little really niche role. But it's still better than the other things because I actually would probably use it, despite everything. Which is kind of funny because I don't like Dido at all. And number 1, we have QkuMuku. Oh my gosh, my disdain for this thing continues to live on in every single format, including playthroughs, because this thing is just terrible. What does it get? Counter? Gets maybe like counter, spite, toxic. What other move? You get a water move like liquidation or something? I don't even know. nor do I even care because this thing is just weird. And honestly, the only way to take advantage of its ability is to let it die. And so, you know, maybe if I'm ever playing through Gen 7 and I want to, you know, try to kill something without losing my entire team, maybe I'll throw my QkuMuku in and it'll get innards out and destroy the opponent. I don't know, but, you know, I've never liked this Pokemon. I've hated seeing it in the competitive scene. I've hated seeing it in general. The only thing cool about it is the minigame on the beach where you get money, because you get money. That's the only reason it's good. But I will never use QkuMuku. I absolutely despise this Pokemon, and I will never use it on a playthrough team if I have the chance to not use it. So please never give me a QkuMuku game. Putting that out in the RNG. You never give me this Pokemon in a game. Well, that's my list for the top 10 Pokemon I will never use. Feel free to let me know some of the mons you will never use and you never want to use in the comment section down below. Also, feel free to hit that like button while you're down there to show your support for this video. Hit that subscribe button so you don't miss any more content from me coming out in this new year. And I want to thank you guys very much for watching this video. I hope you guys have enjoyed. I'm going to try to do some more like once-off type of deals like this in the future. So hopefully you guys are enjoying it. Let me know in the comments, and I will see you guys next time for some more content from me. But until then, my name is Chaos, and I'm signing off. Stay safe, and as always, burn it up.